Thank you, Abigail. That was extremely inspiring, and you should feel very proud of yourself. I'd ask everyone to give her another round of applause, but, okay, let's do that. Thank you. So we've heard from some amazing women this afternoon. You all are amazing women joining us this afternoon to support children that do not have as much as we do. I want to share a quick story with you, and I know we need to get out of here, so I will make it as fast as possible, and I appreciate you hanging with us to the end, and I hope that it's relevant to you and means something, and I will explain why I travel with a giant tennis shoe. So I had the opportunity to be at a conference in New York a couple of weeks ago where I learned something pretty powerful. What I learned was there's a huge difference between talents, God-given talents, and skills. Skills are something that you can learn. I never really understood there was a major difference between the two. Talents would be something such as curiosity, empathy, compassion, positivity. Skills can be a plethora of different things that you could learn at work. Why is this relevant, Heather, you're asking? For me, whenever I go to a conference or anywhere I'm learning something, I walk away and I apply it to my life. And I thought about my God-given talents and the skills that I've learned or am trying to learn. One of the things I was blessed with, thank God for it, and I don't know how it happened, I was born on this earth with a talent called positivity. And I learned about this in the conference, so I know I have it. I didn't know I had it before. Some might think it's delusional, but for me, it's how I got through my challenging childhood. I grew up very poor. My mother was on food stamps, and she worked 3 jobs. I didn't see her very much. We had 4 kids. I didn't have anyone in my life that was impacting me and developing me and guiding me because that person, the opportunity wasn't there. There was always love, but there wasn't always food, and there wasn't guidance. So my positivity would always help me think, things are gonna be okay. Every day I would get up and think, things are gonna be okay. I didn't know how, and I didn't know where it was gonna come from, but I knew it would work out. Unfortunately, I found out, the majority of the population is not delusional and or has positivity. So in this same conference, they talked about this one unique talent only affects a very small percentage of the population. Again, why that is relevant is there are countless people suffering right now, impoverished communities with children that don't have positivity, don't have guidance, and are struggling every day. Let's flip to the other thing that I was talking about. Not only are there talents, there are skills that you can learn. Skills can be developed, and like a muscle, it can be trained. What I learned was a skill that can be developed is confidence. I did not have confidence growing up. Ask my sister that, and she'll say I'm a liar. The reason is I was brash, I was aggressive, but it was only because I was so insecure, I didn't want anyone to get a chance to see the real me. So I put a very hard exterior on, a very aggressive exterior, so it would appear to someone who doesn't know you that you're exceptionally confident. Let me tell you, when you meet someone like that, that's not real. That's who I used to be. For me, learning confidence has been a lifelong endeavor. I'm 41 years old, and I'm just learning it now. It's very weird to understand that, and I'm so proud of myself that I'm even wrapping my head around this. But I think to myself, it's a skill. It's something we could teach everybody. Yet, such a small percentage of the population that doesn't have amazing parents and support structures and a great system, they don't have the opportunity to be mentored and developed because you don't even know how to do it. So I thought to myself this morning, if I did know enough at 8 years old, which I didn't, hey, I need to develop confidence, but no one told me I needed confidence. But if they had, I Googled it today. Not that I had Google when I was 8 years old, by the way. But if I did, I Googled it today. How do you develop confidence? I found the worst things in the world. Do charity work, help others, give back. Well, when you're 8 years old and impoverished, How does that work? It doesn't, right? So it's not like there's a big plan out there for kids that are struggling in school and are in a home or have parents in prison. It's not like they have a lot of options on, okay, I don't have positivity, but I'm gonna make it through this world and I'm gonna use my confidence. They don't have it, and they don't have someone to help them develop it. So for me, how I figured out how to develop confidence is from the support network that I found from growing up and from being an adult. I got out of where I was because I had positivity. I made it through. And then as an adult, I surrounded myself, luckily, thank God, with these amazing women that are here today. Thank you very much all for being here today. And everyone's brought something unique to my life that's impacted me in such a powerful way that it has allowed me the chance to develop confidence. I've got someone here today who is a breast cancer survivor, beat it, was diagnosed with cancer, got a double mastectomy, and in 6 weeks, she's sitting here today to support me. That gives me confidence. And she's a badass. I've got people here that support me through divorce, normal troubles that everybody has. I mean, I'm not starving, so obviously that's good, but normal things that we all struggle with. But I have these people here that I rely on that set an example for me of how I can be. And when they're superstars and amazing in their own right, and they believe in me, it means the world to me. I have an assistant that's here who every chance she gets takes to social media to brag about something that I'm doing. And last week she tried to do it and I had shut off the option for people to be able to talk on my timeline about me. And she called me and said, why can't I support you anymore? To have someone care that much about you, that's how you get confidence. You surround yourself by positive people that are doing the right thing for themselves, for you, and care and continue to show up for you. You develop trust. They respect you. They've got your back. And when the haters in the world come out, because they come out for all of us, they're always there. That's how I've been able to develop confidence in the past decade. Unfortunately for the kids that we're talking about today, they don't have that network. Because when you're impoverished, you live in a very dark place. And you don't know that there is something else outside of that. You don't know that we actually live in Miami where there's an ocean because you never get to go see it. You don't have people supporting you every day. You just make do and get by. It's so different than the world that we live in now. I promise you that. And it was so exceptional for me to learn. They can actually be taught confidence. These kids can learn confidence. It's a skill. They didn't have to be born with that. So we can teach these kids confidence. Take a step back further. My son, who is an interesting individual, I have an 8-year-old son, he has taught me something about, he teaches me a lot, first of all, about confidence. So he grew up very differently than I did. And to take another step back, I love the song by Drake, Started at the Bottom, because I feel like it's a story of my life. And the other day when I was talking about it yet again to someone, he says to me, Mom, did I start at the bottom? I said, no, high rise in Miami Beach in a private school is not starting at the bottom, my friend. Little disconnect. But a couple weeks ago, he was in the finals for his basketball tournament, and he's a really strong basketball player. And he was getting ready for school in the morning, and he came out with a Sharpie. And he said, Mom, I need your help with something. I said, sure, I'm here. What do you need? He said, can you write on my sneakers for the game tonight? I said, all right, fine, whatever, but hurry up because we're late for school. I take out the Sharpie. What do I write? And he said, you can do all things. I said, where is this? What are you talking about? He said, Mom, no matter how good you are, no matter how talented you are, you need to remind yourself every once in a while. When you're in a tough spot, you have to remember who you are. You can't feel confident every minute of every day. I literally cried, of course, because I cry when he says these amazing things, right? So I shared this at my company with my peers, my female peers, who I have an amazing support structure of female peers who are here today. Thank you very much for being here. Love you guys. And you know what they did for me? They said, Heather, why let it stop there? Your son's right. We need to support ourselves every day and in every challenging moment. Why don't we write on our heels a message to ourselves? And they did. So I did today too. I have 2 messages. Let's see which one I get first. Oh, this is a really good one. You can count on me, and I'll explain that in 1 second. But this one, of course, is my son's. And that's you can do all things, because I can. And I'm so proud of myself to be up here to tell you my story today, because many years ago, I wouldn't have the courage to be vulnerable and to share that with you. But I'm really appreciative of the confidence these people provide me. They've given me guidance, mentorship, and support when I've needed it. So one last thing about my son. I did this for him last night when he was eating dinner. And he said, Mom, 2 things. He's 8. Don't cry tomorrow. And number 2, will you play a song for me? No, first he said, will you sing a song? I said, well, I'm a horrible singer, so I can't. He said, well, then YouTube it, of course. Okay, I'm going to YouTube it. What is it? He said, I want you to YouTube a song by Bruno Mars. And I said, okay. He said, because it really is relevant to what you're speaking to today, and I think these guys are going to understand. So you can count on me, my people, because I'm going to cry. And these kids can count on me today, because I'm going to write a check right now for $10,000 to make sure they have a mentor in their school. And I'm asking each of you to give what you can, but please allow them to develop the skill of confidence, because that's something, no matter how much money you have, you can develop. And you can learn if you have someone teaching you. We today can activate people, our core members, everyone you see with a red jacket in here today, these beautiful people. We can activate them if we can sponsor them. I'm going to give $10,000 right now. If anyone wants to match that, I will love you. And if you can't, I understand that too. But please give what you can. Let's give these kids a chance at confidence. And don't make them wait to 41 to figure out confidence. That's bullshit. So let's give them a chance today. I'm going to write my check now. I need everyone to do the same. And can we please cue my son's music? Thank you.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light.